क्रिप्टो करेंसी में कैसे इन्वेस्ट करें और जो रिसेंटली अनाउंस्ड बैन है उसकी वजह से क्या बदलता है, जानेंगे इस वीडियो में। मैंने अपने 2021 की स्ट्रैटेजी में क्रिप्टो करेंसी को एक 10% की अहमियत दी है। आई बिलीव कि क्रिप्टो करेंसी एक ऐसी पॉइंट पे पहुंच चुका है जहां हर एक शख्स को अपनी इन्वेस्टमेंट थीसिस में क्रिप्टो करेंसी को डालना चाहिए। लेकिन मैं एक एक्सपर्ट से बात करना चाहता था, क्योंकि मैं तो रहा एक नॉर्मल सा इंसान, फाइनेंशियल एक्सपर्ट नहीं हूँ। मैं जो भी कुछ राय देता हूँ अपने एक्सपीरियंस के बलबूते पे ही देता हूँ। आई वॉन्टेड टू स्पीक टू अ एक्सपर्ट, क्योंकि क्रिप्टो एक नई चीज़ है, हालांकि 10 साल पुरानी है, पर तब भी थोड़ी सी नई चीज़ है, कॉम्प्लेक्स है। एक लेमैन को क्लियरली समझ पाना कि क्रिप्टो के मूविंग पार्ट्स क्या हैं, कैसे इन्वेस्ट करते हैं, कैसे उसको होल्ड करते हैं, ये जो बैन गवर्नमेंट ने अनाउंस किया है जो पोटेंशली हो सकता है उससे क्या बदलता है, इन सारी चीज़ों को समझने के लिए माई अप्रोच ऑलवेज इज स्पीक टू पीपल हु लिव एंड ब्रीथ दिस बिजनेस. So I then had a conversation with Ashish Singhal. Ashish is the founder and CEO of CoinSwitch Kuber, जो इंडिया की नंबर 1 क्रिप्टो करेंसी ट्रेडिंग प्लेटफॉर्म है. तो जैसे कि एक ज़ेरोदा है जिसके थ्रू आप स्टॉक्स खरीद सकते हैं और बेच सकते हैं, बिल्कुल वैसे ही CoinSwitch Kuber है जिसके थ्रू आप सिंपली एक स्टेप में क्रिप्टो करेंसी खरीद सकते हैं. माई कॉन्वर्सेशन विद आशीष वॉज सेंटर्ड अराउंड 3 थिंग्स. एक, कि क्रिप्टो करेंसी का फंडामेंटल क्या है, वो क्यों एग्जिस्टेंस में आया. दूसरा, अगर क्रिप्टो करेंसी में इन्वेस्ट करना चाहिए तो उसका प्रोसेस क्या है, उसके स्टेप्स क्या हैं, कौन सी चीज़ों को ध्यान में रखना चाहिए. और आशीष ने बहुत ही उम्दा एडवाइस दी ऑन रिस्क प्रोफाइल, ऑन हाउ यू हैव टू थिंक अबाउट क्रिप्टो करेंसी. बहुत ही मुझे सुलझी हुई समझी हुई एडवाइस लगी. बहुत ही एग्रेसिव नहीं है, हालांकि वो एक अपनी कंपनी चला रहे हैं जिसका पूरा पूरा बेनिफिट उनको मिलेगा अगर वो पूरी दुनिया को क्रिप्टो खरीदने के लिए बोल देंगे, लेकिन उसके बावजूद उन्होंने बहुत ही संभली हुई एडवाइस दी. एंड थर्ड, विच आई वॉन्टेड टू जनरली हियर, कि ये जो गवर्नमेंट बैन है इसके तहत कैसे हमें अपनी इन्वेस्टमेंट को चेंज करना चाहिए, इफ एट ऑल हमें चेंज करना चाहिए. तो ये कॉन्वर्सेशन फ्री फ्लोइंग है. I hope you enjoy it as much as I did. So let's meet Ashish, the founder and CEO of CoinSwitch Kuber. Thank you so much, Ashish, for joining this conversation. You have been running CoinSwitch Kuber for several years. I love the fact that I have someone on this call who is an expert, far more knowledgeable than I am in crypto. And I have a bunch of questions for you. But firstly, I just want to welcome you to this video and thank you for sparing your time.
Thanks a lot, Anku, for inviting me. I'm happy to discuss all you want today. So yeah.
Awesome, man. Can't wait. So I'll start with the first thing, which is पैसा दुनिया में बहुत है, हर वक्त देखने को मिलता है. उसके बावजूद एक नई करेंसी की जरूरत क्यों थी?
So if you look at any payment bank or anything related to payment today, right? There is always, say, if I want to transfer you money, I obviously don't trust you, you don't trust me. So we need a third party to validate any transaction between you and me. That party is responsible for first telling whether Ashish has that money and whether Ankur has a valid account, and then making that transaction actually happen, that it reaches you and it gets deducted from my balance, right? Bitcoin as an alternate always thought that, trusting these third parties give too much of a power to them, right? What happened in the financial crisis was these people took advantage of the fact of this trust of the people on them, right? So they wanted to create an infrastructure which could work between you and me without any external third party. And that's where blockchain comes into picture, which basically helps validate a transaction, which a third party would otherwise do. So it makes it independent. If you and I want to do a transaction, it's only between you and me and the network itself, which again is trustless, right? So that is the need that people felt at the time of 2018, and that's 2008, and that is the reason Bitcoin was created in 2009, solving the biggest problem in computer science tech, that how do you enable transfers without having a trusted third party, right? But now the use case has gone much beyond, right? People have started looking at say even loan applications. And this is the example I usually take to explain it to even my parents, that say if you go to the bank today, right, it will, if you're trying to take a loan today, the interest of that loan or the terms of that loan will depend on how well do you know the bank, how well your history is with the bank, and many different factors which might vary on who you are. Say if Mukesh Ambani goes to a bank versus I go to a bank, we will definitely have different terms to negotiate with the bank, right? So crypto is kind of a system which can be unbiased. The rules are not in somebody's head, or its rules are not biased. Rules are written as part of the code itself, which are equal for everyone, right? So if I go to the bank or any influential person go to the bank, they will get the same thing that they deserve, rather than any bias of the system itself, right? And that's what crypto has become. And that is why you see a lot of cryptocurrencies trying to solve different use cases where we earlier needed trust as the matter of fact to do any transaction, to moving to a rule-based engine, which are equal for all, right? And that's why we believe, the cryptocurrencies are for everyone.
The biggest thing about money was it was a product purely built on trust. Like एक कागज के पन्ने पे क्योंकि वो लिखा हुआ था कि मैं किसी को 10 रुपए देने का वादा करता हूं, that became the trust. But it was centralized. वो trust या तो एक central agency में था या आपके बैंक में था. And what crypto has done through this concept of blockchain, उस पूरे trust को decentralized कर दिया है. So trust now essentially lies in the hand of a network which is not owned by anyone, controlled by anyone, or biased by anything. Is that a good interpretation?
That is an amazing interpretation, and that is exactly
wonderful. Very powerful, very very powerful. And then I get it, क्योंकि आप बोल रहे हैं कि now the concept of crypto or blockchain itself is not limited to सिर्फ बिटकॉइन जो कि पॉपुलर कल्चर बन चुका है कि वो क्रिप्टो मतलब बिटकॉइन नहीं. ब्लॉकचेन एक टेक्नोलॉजी है और उस टेक्नोलॉजी की बेसिस पे हम क्रिप्टो करेंसी बना सकते हैं, लेकिन हम लोन एप्लीकेशंस बना सकते हैं, हम किसी और एंटिटी को ऑथराइज कर सकते हैं through a distributed network. So basically it becomes a way of creating accountability through a decentralized system that is not owned by anyone.
Yes, exactly. And that is the reason that a lot of people are trying to solve different use cases, be it insurance, be it anything, right? Anywhere where you see biases in the system. And it's especially very good for a country like India, where a lot of people don't have access to these systems because of these biases, right? Because banks or any other entity doesn't have the interest to serve those people because it doesn't benefit them. Now those people can part of these systems because there isn't any bias at all that exists.
Very nice, very powerful. I can see this very very powerful. Okay, so with that foundation, and thank you for sharing this, Ashish. Then came this thing called Bitcoin, and we all, at least most of us, know about the very famous paper that got released in 2009 and introduced the concept of Bitcoin, and then it became popular culture. तो आजकल एक फैड बन चुका है कि बिटकॉइन में इन्वेस्ट करना है, एंड फिर उसके चलते बहुत सारे और कॉइन्स आ गए हैं. तो एक NFT करके कोई चीज आ गई, तो उसकी वजह से इथीरियम में कोई आ गया, फिर कोई डॉज कॉइन, फिर एलॉन मस्क कुछ बोल देते हैं तो वहां से कुछ और चढ़ जाता है. तो एक बहुत ही अजीबोगरीब सी दुनिया बन चुकी है, which frankly maybe people like you and I have kind of access to, but it sounds like यार बहुत ही अजीबोगरीब सी चीज है, वेरी रिस्की. कोई चीज $10,000 से $60,000 एक ही या 1.5 साल के अंदर कैसे जा सकती है, ये तो ऑलमोस्ट सट्टा लग रहा है. So in all of this, and because you run CoinSwitch, which is an investing platform for crypto, please guide us as an expert. How should one think of investing in crypto? What are the things one should keep in mind? Should it even be an asset one considers? And everything that there is to it. So open-ended question कि अगर मैं तो actually बूढ़ा हूँ, अगर कोई 20s में है and they're just beginning to invest in mutual funds, maybe in direct stocks, should they also consider crypto? If yes, how and why?
Sure. So let me take a step back and help or tell you what I understand what investment means, right? I'm in no way an expert, but the problem that we are trying to solve is money should work for everyone. what happens today in India and a lot of countries is people look at money as only earning more as a parameter of success, rather than having two parallel tracks of earning and investing so that money works for them, right? And that's where this investment ecosystem becomes very, very important as India grows further, right? And we believe that crypto is part of that investment ecosystem, risky, but a part of it, right? And how an investment journey grows for a 20-year-old to when he is a 50-year-old is that he goes through life from being a very restless or he can take more risk in his life, and as he grows in his life his responsibility increases, and over time he tries to diversify his portfolio into less riskier items and try to be more stable at the end, right? So how we look at crypto is that it is a risky asset class, and we believe that a general public should have at least 4 to 5% of their portfolio being exposed to crypto. How a good portfolio look like is a balance between a risky asset class and stable asset class, ultimately giving you the gains that you are looking for at the end of your target, right? The target could be anything for you. You want to buy a car, you want to buy a house, you want to retire, or anything for that, right? And the amount of risk you should take today to achieve that target is based on individuals, right? So when you are very young, your risk appetite is higher, your responsibilities are lesser, and that's where crypto comes into picture. Crypto, so also to tell you where the value of crypto comes in. So cryptocurrencies are like, are like stocks in itself, right? More risky, but are like stocks. Why I say so is because all these use cases which are getting solved through these cryptocurrencies and blockchains are basically, think of them as startups who are trying to sell you today that what they're going to build tomorrow, right? So if you are thinking about investing in a startup, or if you believe in a use case getting solved by a amazing team, by amazing network, then you can bet on them, and that value would translate to a gain or a loss on how that team performs over time. That is how you invest in stock as well, right? Stock obviously being more regulated, you have more information to take a call on them. The market manipulations and all those things are very, very limited because it's a regulated market in itself, right? And but you can equate it to the crypto market. How you are thinking of a stock going up is if Amazon sells more items, then obviously Amazon share value goes up. Similar to that, if a startup releasing a token, being on blockchain, serving more users every single day, the value of that token goes up because the use case that it is trying to solve in this world keeps on increasing, right? So this is how you should look at, or try to understand how the value of crypto comes into picture, and how it can be equated to a stock. I would still remind everyone that it is still risky, right? Being an unregulated market, being open for all, there are a lot of things that can happen, and it's just the start. And that is where the risk versus reward ratio comes into the picture, and everyone should consider that. And what is the right risk versus reward ratio for them to be able to consider crypto as an investment class. I personally believe that everyone should have an exposure to crypto. The percentage of it obviously varies on the individual themselves, right? So does that cover, Ankur, your?
Yeah. No, that is my big takeaway is, and I love that you emphasized on that, कि as you grow in your responsibilities, your risk profile changes. आप अपने 20s में ज़्यादा रिस्क ले सकते हैं because you perhaps are only responsible for yourself. 40 साल की उम्र तक फैमिली है, बच्चे हैं, माँ बाप है, हजार और चीजें हैं. So I have a very tactical question then, Ashish, which is, अगर मैं स्टॉक्स में इन्वेस्ट करता हूं तो मुझे आज पता है कि उसके लिए मुझे एक डीमैट अकाउंट चाहिए और एक ट्रेडिंग अकाउंट चाहिए, वो दोनों सेम भी हो सकते हैं. एंड फिर मैं जाकर स्टॉक्स खरीदता हूं. दे आर ऑथराइज्ड बाय दीज टू ऑथराइजिंग एजेंसीज, एटलीस्ट इन इंडिया, अगर मैं इंडिया की बात करूं. एंड देयर इज ट्रस्ट एस्टैब्लिश, सो आई नो कि मेरे डीमैट अकाउंट में जो स्टॉक्स हैं वो मेरे हैं, इन सम वे दे आर सर्टिफाइड बाय दिस. But if I'm buying, say, crypto, if I'm investing in crypto, first, if you can walk us through the procedure, क्या करना होता है? Like, how does it actually work? किधर जाके कोई अकाउंट खोलना है, कहाँ पैसा डालना है, क्या खरीदना है? And second, which is an important question for my viewers, कि जब आप क्रिप्टो खरीदते हैं तो उसकी ओनरशिप बाय डेफिनेशन तो शायद आपकी है या शायद प्लेटफॉर्म की है, आई एम नॉट टू श्योर। कुछ लोग बोलते हैं कि अगर आप एक प्लेटफॉर्म से खरीदते हैं तो यू शुड ट्राई एंड मूव इट टू योर ओन ओनरशिप थ्रू दैट लॉक दैट यू क्रिएट। तो कैन यू जस्ट ब्रेक
Sure.
इट डाउन फॉर अ सिंपल इंडिविजुअल कि अगर उनको क्रिप्टो में इन्वेस्टिंग शुरू करनी है, व्हाट आर द स्टेप्स टू टेक?
Sure. So for this question also, I will take a step back and tell you why we created CoinSwitch Kuber, right?
That'll be
So
awesome.
it's not that crypto has been a new phenomena altogether. A lot of exchanges did exist in India even before we entered India. Although we are, one of the oldest crypto companies in India, but we were operating in the outside world because the regulations in India weren't clear, right? We launched Kuber only 10 months back and have become the number one crypto company. Our objective was very simple when we were entering India. We don't want to enter India just because it's a big market. We want to actually solve something, right? And our objective was, since the day we started crypto, was that can we make it so simple that our parents are able to buy it, or my mom is able to buy crypto by herself, right? And with that objective, we realized that the kind of tech we built in the last 2.5 years, we were able to simplify crypto so much that the experience could be compared to ordering food on Swiggy, right? Just add to cart and check out. Food is at your home. That is the experience that we wanted people to get when they start investing in crypto as well, right? With a single click, they have access to everything that they want, right? And with that objective, we started CoinSwitch Kuber. So now investment in India through Kuber has become really, really simple. You come to the platform, you complete your KYC, which is an automated KYC. We use the best practices and standards in mind, which even the stock exchanges today uses, providing your PAN card details and your identity details, completing your KYC within 5 to 10 minutes, and then you're ready to buy and sell any crypto that you want. You come to the platform, select whatever you want to buy. You can buy as low as rupees 100. So simply enter $100 that you want to buy it for $100. We tell you a rate which is the best rate in the market. So we aggregate rates from different exchanges around the world and around India to help users get the best rates on our application. And with a single click, you have that Bitcoin in your CoinSwitch Kuber wallet, right? So that's the process that you go through in getting into crypto as simply as just 3 clicks, right?
Wow, that sounds like e-commerce, yeah. That sounds like buying from
Exactly.
Amazon.
So that is where our entire passion comes, right? So we come from companies like Amazon, Microsoft, Zynga, leading a lot of their product and tech, right? And the customer obsession that they had and how to make things simple, right? And that is the same obsession we are bringing through CoinSwitch Kuber in the crypto world in it,
That
right?
is phenomenal. That is phenomenal. No, I've personally used Kuber and I can vouch for every single thing that you said. It has been such a seamless experience, right from the KYC to buying it. But I'm glad that it's coming from you as well, because I can then wholly say that it's true, and you've done a commendable job of making this, I'm very sure, not a simple process look very, very simple. And this is super clear. So we go through the KYC, which is very standard, so nothing unusual. And आपने अपना क्रिप्टो खरीद लिया, जो भी है, बिटकॉइन या कोई भी और कुछ खरीदना है, and you can buy as low as ₹100, which is phenomenal. Rates are the best, which is driven from all other exchanges that you are a part of. तो अब मेरे CoinSwitch कुबेर के ऐप में मेरा क्रिप्टो है. Is that quote unquote number one safe? Should I do anything after that? Like people suggest कि वो अपने ownership में ले लो and उसको फिर lock कर लो and so on. Is it just as easy to sell whenever I want to sell? Walk us through the after buying process.
So let me first cover the investment part of it, which is buying and selling. So
Okay.
whenever you buy any Bitcoin, right, you can anytime sell it and take the money out. There is no lock-in, nothing. It's a 24/7 market. So anytime, any day that you want to sell and get out, you simply can within a couple of clicks, right? Coming to the safety and security or the ownership of the funds that we talk about, right? So when you buy Bitcoin, so basically, the company is holding Bitcoin on your behalf, right? Similar to when you buy stocks, that NSDL, CSDL holds, those depository holds your stocks. Similar to that, we as a company hold your cryptocurrencies in our secure wallets, right? Now, the security lies with the company today, right? So anything happens to the company, there would be an impact on the users itself. And that is why crypto companies' security is the major part that they focus on, right? And that is why we focus on security so much, right? uh, a general advice, even with exchanges, even with wallets, is that usually crypto provides two kind of storage. One is a self storage where you own the security of that storage. Second is managed storage, where the other company is managing the storage for you and is responsible for the securing of those funds. So currently, CoinSearch Kuber is a managed platform where we manage the security of your funds. But say if your investment goes beyond a certain point and you want extra layer of security, which you want to control it yourself, you can definitely take out those cryptocurrencies into your own personal wallets. You can have hardware wallets, you can have paper wallets, where the security is a simple 18 keyword or a 24 keyword passphrase, which you can write it on a piece of paper, never been on online. So it can't be hacked that way, right? So there are multiple levels of security that users should consider, even if they are using a managed platform or a non-managed platform, right? Depending on what is the amount that they are comfortable with the current company, or they want to take it out and have the security on their own hands. Obviously, the process is very complicated, and that is the reason that creating the most secure platform is our priority, right? We recently closed our Series B as well, valuing us over $500 million. The biggest crypto company, or I would say one of the biggest fintech companies in India now. And they also come backing Coinbase and have that experience. And now that experience is getting realized in CoinSearch Kuber, helping users in everything that they could need from our platform.
Which is awesome, man. Fantastic. Fantastic. All right. So we've covered a fair bit. Now I'll come to a slightly controversial topic, which is important for people to at least get clarity on. And that is, there has been recently conversations ki the Indian government is thinking of banning cryptos and creating its own cryptocurrency. So there is a lot of confusion. And the confusion is largely around ki agar I want to implement crypto as an investment strategy, is this even the right time to do it? Should I wait? If I already have crypto, should I sell? And these are the two fundamental questions that I would love to get your response to.
So addressing the ban, obviously government has valid points as well, and how they look at this industry. It's just that what we want to say is that we want to have a bigger horizon or a bigger conversation around cryptocurrencies, and the reason their points are totally valid, and every system or every country who has accepted crypto have gone through the same cycles, right? US has gone through the same cycles, Singapore has gone through the same cycles on from banning to regulation, right? So once you start that conversation, then there are certain practices, certain laws that different countries have adopted to address those issues and create a global economy within their ecosystem, right? And that is the power that the government would have once crypto gets regulated. Coming to the users and the impact on the users, right? There is definitely an impact if the cryptocurrencies get banned, right? If the cryptocurrencies get banned, definitely there would be a certain period through which the government would give you time to, sell your crypto assets or trying to decide what you want to do with your crypto assets. And you as a user take that call and get in or out of crypto, right? And during that time, the transition, we believe the government's going to support us, helping us maintain the market making. Because ultimately, you can only sell something when there is a buyer on the other end, right? If you close all the buyers, you can't, you say that, oh, nobody's going to buy cryptocurrencies, then how do you sell something, right? So which makes value of cryptocurrencies go down to zero, right? So we understand that, government understand that, and everyone in the ecosystem understands that. So I would say, there's nothing to panic about, because even regulators would think of these basic use cases before taking any decision. Today, over 10 million Indians hold cryptocurrencies, right? Worth of over billions of dollars, right? That money cannot get wiped out on just a single day on any single decision, right? So we are working with regulatory bodies, making our points heard, creating a good ecosystem around cryptocurrencies where people feel secure, right? Coming to the point whether people should consider this as an investment class, I would say definitely, right? crypto has been in the limelight for all the wrong and the right reasons for the last 10 years. This is obviously I am biased, but I believe that this is going to be the future, right? And even if it's not, do we want to take a chance, right? Do we want to miss out on internet 3.0, right? That is the question you need to ask yourself. And that is where the risk versus reward comes into picture as well, right? Everything can go down to zero as well. But what are the chances? What are the chances of this getting succeeded when this is already being accepted as a worldwide phenomena and already been accepted by the superpowers of this world, right? And trying to develop this in the right way. What are the chances that Indian government would want to miss out on that revolution, right? So this is obviously a judgment call on the users themselves, and I don't want to take a decision for them.
Got it. No, and I think that that's a very, very mature way of thinking about this, Ashish. So thank you for bringing that perspective. What I'm taking away is, and I completely agree with that, crypto is the future. And I don't think that the government is being short-term focused in thinking of this ban. They have valid reasons of how they're thinking about it, but their intention is not to block the entire concept of crypto. So if someone's thinking of this as an investment strategy, then please continue thinking of it like an investment strategy. And if unfortunately we do encounter a ban of sorts, then there will always be a period where you can liquidate your crypto holdings and still be sitting on something that gave you returns in the short term. So my conclusion, and at least I feel really good about what you just said, my conclusion is keep buying, because that's what I wanted to do. So I'm glad that in some indirect way you have given me the freedom to continue doing that. And I think that that also serves for a lot of confidence coming to the viewers. Awesome. I have one last question, and then I'd love to wind up this conversation, which is when you think of crypto in general, it's all riding on this concept of blockchain, which, as you pointed out, has multiple different dimensions to it. As an organization, as CoinSwitch Kuber, are you looking at blockchain as your industry to play in, or cryptocurrency as your industry to play in? What are the things that we can expect from you, if at all, coming in the future, where we could benefit through your expertise and your technology, the power of crypto and blockchain?
Sure. So a lot of product of ours are coming in, which I today cannot disclose, but which focuses beyond crypto and on to the blockchain itself. The value that blockchain is providing, directly passing that to the user, right? We had a protocol called TraxPay, which we built as an open source tool, which is basically a UPI, a decentralized UPI system, right? Which basically helps you and me transact or exchange value with each other without worrying about complex addresses of cryptocurrencies, right? Knowing your alias like a UPI ID, you and I can interact with each other. So those are the values that we believe that crypto is going through now. Crypto has built a base layer. Crypto has few applications which can give people access to this base layer, but there are the middle layers which are getting built today, which gonna define how this industry evolves over time. How the simplicity of a use case. As a user, I should not be worried whether how to use a blockchain-based system versus how to use a centralized system, right? For me, a system is a system. And the value of the system derives from how it handles information, how it handles different things, and what kind of secure measures it takes, right? So any system which utilizes blockchain uses all the fundamentals and trying to pass that benefit directly to the user without sacrificing on the experience of the user is what we believe is the future of this industry, and that's where we are working towards as well.
Brilliant. Thank you so much, Ashish. You have been immensely helpful personally to me, and I'm sure to all the viewers who are watching this, because you've not just cleared out the fundamentals of what crypto is, you've also given us a lot of hope and confidence that we can continue with the approach of investing in crypto as we have in the past. I still go on record saying that crypto is a great asset to have, and especially if you're young, it's absolutely one that you should have in your portfolio. So as long as you can continue investing, that's the best thing we wanted to hear, and you have in multiple ways convinced us for that. Thank you. On those hopeful thoughts and on those ambitious thoughts, thank you so much, Ashish, for joining us. This was really, really helpful, and I'm glad that I brought you onto the channel. All the best with Kuber, and all the best for everything that you're doing. Thank you for everything that you're doing and making it so simple for the average Indian to get access to something as crazy as crypto. It is not as intimidating as people make it out to be. And I can testify for the fact that you have done a commendable job on the product to make it super, super simple for everyone to buy. Thank you for that.
Really appreciate it. Thank you.
Thank you. I hope इस वीडियो के थ्रू आपके काफ़ी शक या शिकवा दूर हो चुके होंगे, मेरे हो चुके हैं. एज आई सेड ड्यूरिंग द वीडियो एज वेल, मुझे एक रिन्यूड लेवल ऑफ कॉन्फिडेंस मिला है कि जो मैं इन्वेस्टमेंट स्ट्रैटेजी क्रिप्टो करेंसी और स्पेसिफिकली बिटकॉइन को लेके 2021 में एग्जीक्यूट करना चाहता था, उससे मैं अब हटूंगा नहीं, चलता रहूँगा. खुदा ना खास्ता अगर बैन हो भी गया, आई विल गेट अ पीरियड टू लिक्विडेट ऑल माई क्रिप्टो करेंसीज एंड दैट इज़ परफेक्टली फाइन. जब तक मुझे वो पीरियड मिलता है मैं सही हूँ. सरकार का इंटेंशन मारना नहीं है क्रिप्टो करेंसी को, बट एक तरीके से अपने इंटरेस्ट को प्रोटेक्ट करना है. एट द सेम टाइम जो 10 मिलियन इंडियंस हैं जो क्रिप्टो करेंसी होल्ड करते हैं, उनके इंटरेस्ट को भी प्रोटेक्ट करना है. सो आई फील दैट वी आर ऑन सेफ ग्राउंड, एंड आशीष की इस कॉन्वर्सेशन ने मुझे बहुत ज़्यादा कॉन्फिडेंस दी है. आई होप यू हैव द सेम कॉन्फिडेंस. प्लीज़ इन्वेस्ट इन क्रिप्टो बिकॉज इट इज़ द फ्यूचर. दैट्स माई पर्सनल ओपिनियन. आई होप दिस वॉज हेल्पफुल. अंकुर वारिकू साइनिंग ऑफ.
अभी के अभी इस चैनल को सब्सक्राइब करिए ताकि अगर कोई भी नया वीडियो आए आपको उसके बारे में पता चले.